So you guys know something? The RavenGuard are actually kind of cool. Yeah. So I've been watching and doing a lot of watching a lot of videos and reading a lot of books lately regarding the RavenGuard. Now, as you guys know, the Salamanders are my favorite Space Marine chapters. I really love the dragon elements of them. I also love just, again, green is a certain species would say green is the best color. And I also love their whole thing of like wanting to uplift humanity and protect them. And the RavenGuard were always fine. Like, I always thought the RavenGuard were just kind of like, that's cool. Like, they're all right, I guess. They're fine. But then I start to read books about them and things like that. And I start to realize, oh, the RavenGuard are actually kind of cool. Now, would I rank them as one of my favorites in the Loyalist side of Space Marines? I don't know yet, but they're getting up there. But the more I read about them and how they work, it's actually kind of cool. I don't think they can replace Salamanders. But the reason why the RavenGuard, for me, never really went so high was mostly in turn due to the fact that it's the same reason why I was kind of resistant to liking the Night Lords, and now I've basically become like the Night Lords are my favorite Traitor Legion. It's the same. I thought they were the RavenGuard were just edgelords. I thought they were just a bunch of emo boys who didn't really do anything. I genuinely thought that they were just kind of like, oh, we're sad about our Primarch and nothing matters. Which, to an extent, they're not wrong. But I mean, they are kind of like that, and they do have a genetic deficiency or a faulty genetic part of them that makes them depressed. But still, the RavenGuard in and of itself are actually kind of cool. Like, I genuinely think the RavenGuard have a lot of work to them, and I kind of want to see more of them. I want to see more. Like, they're one of the most like downtrodden of the Space Marines in GW. Like, they are basically like GW is just like, know your place, trash. It's all about Ultramarines and Space Wolves and Blood Angels and Chaos. And that's it. And the Imperial Fist, too. But that's it. If you're a White Scars fan or a RavenGuard, they especially don't like White Scars. Like, I don't know, White Scars and RavenGuard are the two Loyalist Space Marine chapters I've Iron Hands, too. Those three, Iron Hands, RavenGuard, and White Scars. Oh man, does GW, if you play those, GW just straight up is saying, go die. Like, they just do not like you. But anyway, getting back to the RavenGuard, again, like I said, one of the reasons why I never really gave the RavenGuard a fair shake was because I just don't like edgy characters. I don't like characters who are purposefully edgelord. And I stay away from that. Because I'm like, I don't need a dark and brooding character who's just wants to, who kind of looks like Keanu Reeves. But Corvus Corax is pretty interesting as a character. And the fact that he gave himself into his true power, not of the warp. Remember, that power, it came from the warp, but it wasn't Chaos Warp. So he's not technically a demon. So I really like that whole thing where he was just like, I've got your scent, Lorgar. The moment you step out, I'm going to find you. And Corvus basically was like, I want to uplift people. Like, I want to protect humanity. And I also like his whole thing of, like, I don't trust the Emperor. He's kind of like Jagatai, where it's like, I don't trust the Emperor, but it's got to be the alternative is utter chaos. So, I'm here to make sure the Emperor stays honest, but I believe in that plan. I also really like how he's kind of imparted that wisdom to the RavenGuard, where the RavenGuard were once, before they met Corvus, were kind of awful. And then Corvus was like, no, my sons, be cool. So they're kind of like a goth version of the Salamanders, where they want to uplift humanity, and they get to see their family from time to time. The RavenGuard really make it a point to, they want to uplift humanity because it's their job. They are the sons of the Emperor. They're the sons of Corax. They are here to defend humanity from any kind of threat. So it gives a lot of credence to, like, yeah, they're just gothier salamanders. Also, they're way more willing to cut a bitch. I also really like the fact that the RavenGuard, they're one of the smaller legions because of what happened during the heresy. They were essentially just beaten down repetitively. Like, they were just constantly beaten down and dragged out by the drop site massacre, and they still kept going. Like, Corvus refused to let his legion die off. He wanted to keep fighting for them, and the RavenGuard haven't really rebuilt their numbers. I did a video not too long ago talking about 2 Space Marine chapters I'd love to see go at it with each other, and I talked about how I'd love to see a story of the Minotaurs fighting the RavenGuard. The Minotaurs, just in terms of brute strength and numbers, outclass the RavenGuard. But the RavenGuard are absolute masters of stealth and guerrilla warfare, something that the Minotaurs aren't really good at. They're more about, like, punching you in the face and then keep punching you while you're down. Then you have the RavenGuard, who are all about stealth, and I think that would just be a really cool, like, strength versus stealth kind of story. Also, Kayvon Shrike, even though he's not the chapter master anymore, that's Athan Shan. I think Kayvon and Shan are both respectively kind of cool characters in their own right. So, yeah, they're way more interesting than what I gave them credit for. All it took was some good old book reading to make me realize, oh, they're actually, like, the RavenGuard aren't a bunch of weepy bitches. I mean, they kind of are, but, like, they're actually kind of cool. And they're actually like, yeah, we care about humanity. We want to defend humanity, and we also mourn the loss of our fallen brothers, and we're doing the best we can with what the numbers we got. So that's what I really think. Like, I've really come around to them. It's the same thing with the Night Lords, where I was like, I just don't like your edgelord look. But then I looked deeper into the Night Lords and was like, oh, there's a reason why you're so, edgelordy and things like that. You're all just a bunch of broken people. Conrad Kerr still sucks. I'm just going to be honest. Conrad, I just do not care for Conrad Kerrs at all. He's just an emo kid who is self-inflicted damage. So yeah, I'm starting to really, I think, again, the Salamanders are my all-time favorite, but I think the RavenGuard are slowly becoming my second favorite. We'll see as time goes on, but who knows. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the RavenGuard? Are there any RavenGuard fans out there in my subscriber count? We'll see. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time, Multiverse.